Good morning. Day 15 on the Appalachian Trail. April 1st, 2026. And it's no joke, I'm still out here. But first off, want to acknowledge the passing of a former coworker of mine, Colonel Bill Cope, United States Air Force retired. Had the honor and privilege of working with him with the Corps of Engineers in San Francisco. He was also one of my stalwart followers, always commenting on my videos and providing motivation. So aim high, sir. So for today, it's going to be an easy breezy downhill to NOC. We're going to get picked up and cleaned up. This campsite, it was okay. But right there is the Privy, and it's uphill, and then doing about face and downhill is the water source. And so, you know, I got a degree in engineering, but it doesn't take a environmental engineer to know that that stuff flows downhill. All right, I'm leaving camp, but the honeymooners made it down to camp after I lied to them about the hike, and they still are listening to me. So, yeah, so what's 6,000 feet? So, Cobra 37's still up in his bivouac area. And then we got Trog there. We're gonna get to the NOC. Happy trails.
Happy trails.
So it's 8 o'clock on the dot, mile 136.2. Starting off, I think this may be the only uphill section. 0.9 miles to NOC, over 500 feet of descent. So yesterday, the original plan was to go about 12 miles to a shelter, and got there at 1:45. Way too early to set up camp. So it seemed the consensus was to keep moving, but that's when we dropped the additional 3,000 feet. And everybody did that. And I'm just grateful to be ambulatory. So this section is kind of nice, cruisy. Got some time, but do have to do an errata, a correction. I referenced a book about backpacking and hiking with others. The book is written by Katie Gerber. She works with Andrew Skirka on Andrew Skirka Adventures. She's done quite a few long trails and helps plan trips, outdoor adventures with Andrew Skirka, who I've done a couple with. So I got crosswired Heather Anderson. She's got a book called Thirst about her FKT on the PCT a few years back, but it has since been overtaken. But that is a good book to read. I sat down there and read it in one sitting. But speaking of books, I read A Walk in the Woods a couple times, a book on Emma Gatewood, and some other hiking books on the Appalachian Trail. I love books on tape. I guess it's not 100% the same, but I'd have a 51-minute drive to get to work in the morning and get home, so books on tape worked for me. So April 1st to me is somewhat of an important day. It was the day I started my professional career. April 1st, 1991, I started with a company called Froling and Robertson in Richmond, Virginia. It was a construction materials testing firm. And I worked for them for 3 years, but one thing they did for me was they supported me joining the Army National Guard. So took some time off to go do training. But after about 3 years, I saw a job pop up at the Virginia Department of Transportation. I always wanted to work for VDOT. And so I snagged it. And VDOT had been exceptionally generous in supporting my military extracurricular activities. So many times I'd get involuntarily activated and come back to the job. So Bosnia, Iraq, and then other deployments, Afghanistan. And spent quite a bit of time in San Francisco, but they certainly supported me. And then the last job I got is with a company called Ghirardelli. No relationship to the chocolate company, founded by Alice Ghirardelli, a Virginia Tech graduate, but she's founded this firm in California, and they do construction and project management. And so grateful for them, for their support of my hike. The last client I was working with was a heavy passenger rail commission, developing rail capacity improvement projects and train stations to improve commuter rail in Central California. So certainly a fun job. But right now, I guess you could say my job is to eat, sleep, and hike. Mile 137. All right, we are coming up on NOC, Nahatnalia Outdoor Center. Again, my pronunciation is probably pretty bad. They got all sorts of cool stuff. There it is. All right, doing a little tour of NOC. Got the gates for whitewater rafting. That's pretty cool. But there's nothing open. I was hoping to get some coffee. Hey folks, ran into Hawk again. A week and a half ago, he posted on YouTube, had a couple concerns, but he's looking good now. Anything you want to add?
Got me some rhabdo, so don't push yourself too early in the hike. And when it's warm out, you gotta drink a bunch of water or it will catch up with you fast. So, you know, even it's a rookie mistake and I even made it. So just listen to your body.
All right. Thank you so much, Hawk. I'm at the store in NOC, and, you know, I did reference this book, Thirst, by Heather Anish Anderson. Great book to read. Took me 4 hours. Great story about grit, gained resilience and training, but I could not find the Katie Gerber book. Some other books here. Of course, the ever so popular Bill Bryson, A Walk in the Woods. I think he made a lot of the stuff up, but certainly funny. All right, everybody, mile marker here. I'm at NOC with the last Warrior Expedition team member to interview on my team. Trail name Trog. He was a helicopter door gunner in places that don't speak our language, and he'll tell you how he got his trail name. Trog, take it away.
Hey guys, so I attempted to flip-flop northbound from Harper's Ferry last year, and I ran across, I believe it was Mama Goose, or her dog, Mouseketeer, and she discovered I didn't have a trail name yet. So we got talking, and she decided to give me one. And she asked what my hobbies were, and I say I like scuba diving and anything. You know, that, a mud puddle, caves, and she keyed in on caves. I got 71 hours diving underground, underwater. So I'm Trog as in Troglazine, which is cave guest.
All right. Excellent. All right. Look forward to you knocking out the cobwebs in front of me, Trog.
Oh, I got your back.
Thanks. Here we have the entire Appalachian Trail. There's Mount Katahdin going south. And we started here at Springer Mountain, Georgia on St. Patrick's Day, made it through the border. And so we are right here. 3 days, we'll start the Smokies, and 6 to 7 days, we'll be out of the Smokies at Davenport Gap. Finishing up day 15 on the Appalachian Trail. Did less than 1 mile to NOC, but wanted to see how the body was going to react to yesterday's 16-mile forced march and 6,000 feet of descent. Feeling pretty good at the moment, but still not ready to push for continuous big miles. Going to get back on first thing in the morning. Grateful to Wendy and Scott for their hospitality at Gorgeous Stays and their support of the Warrior Expedition program. Can't say enough good things about them. So, going to turn in. Mile marker, signing out.